It's funny because in the serious relationships, there was so much pain and drama. And in all the casual ones, we stayed as friends. In fact, a lot of my casual girlfriends came for my wedding.
What did you learn about Vivek from the previous relationships before you met Priyanka? What did you learn about yourself?
I think the serious relationships, each serious relationship, teaches you, leaves you with something, right? The bad breakups, the really toxic relationships, teach you your patterns, teach you what you should stay away from, what you have a complex with. Like I discovered that somewhere, some of us have a hero complex, where we want to come in as this knight in shining armor and say, I will take care of this for you. And it could be a gesture. It could be lovely in the beginning, but eventually you start to get tired. It exhausts you. It exhausts you to try to live for yourself and for somebody else at the same time. It's not easy to constantly be on a pedestal and try to be this hero. You've suddenly created this own expectation of yourself. And then you make the other person used to, if they're not manipulating you, you make them used to expecting that of you. And now you can't change. You can't just be normal and say, hey, we're both equal. Let's carry the load together. And that's what makes a good, honest relationship. Sometimes you pull harder, sometimes I pull harder, but we both move forward. That's something that I learned from toxic relationships. It's so important to break a pattern. Each of us, if you look at all your relationships and look at your choices, you'd be like, oh, I'm doing something again and again. I'm repeating something. And you got to stay away from that, man. That's your Achilles heel. You got to know that. From the good relationships, I've had some great relationships where the theory of reason, season, and lifetime applies. So I believe that every romance, every relationship in your life comes in either for a reason or a season or a lifetime. And you just got to know which one is which.
And I know that, or I read, that you were skeptical about love.
Yeah.
So you were more into maybe surface level or casual relationships. So you were skeptical about the idea of love, but then when you met maybe Priyanka, things switched. Why would a skeptical person who has a certain lifestyle when it comes to romance, what makes it switch?
I'm an all or nothing guy, right? And the problem with all or nothing guys is that, or all or nothing people, guys and girls both, is you give so much. You just pour yourself in. There's no filter, there's no stages, there's no holding back. If it's love, it's unfettered, it's out there. Love with all your heart. So when you get hurt, you get hurt that much harder. And that's okay. It's better to take that risk and be who you really are than try to constantly have a mask on. You know, we do enough of that on camera. To have a mask on off camera and live would be exhausting. Right? You need to just be yourself and be who you are. But when I got hurt, it was difficult. And I think a path that a lot of people choose to not get hurt again is to try and not be who they are and try and be superficial and say, oh, if I don't get deep, it's not gonna hurt. So let me just mess around. Let me set the tone to just mess around. It started out as a phenomenal fun role because it was suddenly light. There was no intensity, there was no stress, there was no commitment. It was amazing. In the beginning, it was awesome. I was like, yeah, I'm playing the field, man. This is cool. And you get out your flirtatious best. You're on rhythm. You're on song. You're being able to. It's a big ego kick that you smile at a girl and you know your game and you know that you're going to win this game. And it's an amazing thing. And I was just careful about one thing, that I was never dishonest. Never said something that I didn't mean. Like I wouldn't go and commit to somebody and then play the field. I'd be very honest, straight up saying that, listen, I'm not looking for anything serious, nothing emotional, just fun, right? I tried always to be a gentleman, never to hurt anybody. It was funny because in the serious relationships, there was so much pain and drama. And in all the casual ones, we stayed as friends. In fact, a lot of my casual girlfriends came for my wedding. and spoke to my wife, and I invited them. It was so much fun because they became friends. As I moved on, they became friends. There was no bitterness. But then I remember Goa, 2009, 31st December. Just met this international model. I'm having fun. It's 4 days of, just a non-committal relationship that we just met at this festival, at the music festival. Started hanging out. 31st morning, not morning, maybe 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Had the party, had a lot of fun, woke up really late. And for a minute, I couldn't remember her name. I was trying to tell her, let's get up, let's go, I'm really hungry, let's go eat something. But I couldn't remember her name. I've been with this person for 4 days, we've been romantically involved. And I don't remember the name. Oh my God, it scared the hell out of me. I was like, who am I becoming? What is this? I got up, took a shower, changed up, walked straight onto the beach. 31st, everybody's like either going to a party or the beach is empty. It's North Goa. I'm standing on that beach looking at the ocean and I feel so alone. I feel so low, and it's not me to feel low, it's not me to feel depressed. I feel so low. I feel so empty. Tears start rolling down my eyes. I walk into the ocean and I'm just like talking to the ocean. I'm like, just take this away. Whatever this is that I'm feeling, just take this away. I'm done with this. And it was so weird because the sun was setting in front of me. The moon was rising behind. I'm on an almost empty beach. I can hear distant sound of sound checks and parties setting up because this is at 6:30 in the evening, 6-ish in the evening, and the night party sound checks have already started on the beachfront hotels. And I'm on this desolate piece of beach just by myself, staring into nothing but the horizon. And there was this epiphany in that moment. I felt like, I'm done. I went back, was very nice to the girl, and I was like, I'm done. I have to make space for something real. If I don't empty out the meaningless stuff, the fun, nothing real is going to come. First morning, I go onto my phone, I send messages to all the casual relationships saying, Happy New Year. This is a change I'm trying to make. Help me with it. Don't send me flirty pictures. Don't send me flirty messages. I'm out of the game, right? And I sent it. They were like, wait, hold on. Did you find somebody? Did something happen? I was like, no. I'm just detoxing. I'm just like removing all of this from my life. I want to see if I can do this. Can I be without this game? Or am I addicted to it? So I start that on the 1st of January. And on the 4th of July, 2010, 6 months-ish later, I meet Priyanka. The universe just says, okay, you're ready. Here's something real. 13 years, knock on wood, haven't had a moment of regret. It's an amazing feeling to feel that. We have our arguments, we have our fights, we are passionate about each other, but not a moment of regret, not a moment even in my quietude when I'm sitting by myself and thinking, what if I'd married someone else? No, I can't imagine life without her. And that's an incredible feeling. To have that sense of sureness.